Joel Embiid is recognized as one of the best players in the NBA and arguably the best center in basketball. The process of the Philadelphia 76ers will be entering his third full season and is on his way to potentially becoming a top 5 player in the league very soon. How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. Just recently, Embiid shared his amazing story in the Players Tribune, telling us the amazing process he's made from starting the game of basketball at age 16 to becoming the best of the best. Born in Yaoundé, Cameroon, Embiid's father Thomas was a military officer. Growing up in a middle-class family, Joel excelled academically, where every day of his young childhood would be wake up, eat, go to school, study till midnight, and repeat. Embiid even said school is too easy in America, where in Cameroon, elementary schools was like college. Didn't have friends because of homework. His parents always kept a close eye on him, making sure he never went out unless it was for school or athletics. Jojo played plenty of volleyball and soccer growing up as a midfielder in his hometown, where basketball was not as popular. Because of his height, his pops wanted him to play volleyball professionally in Europe. Without much coverage of the NBA in Cameroon, the first time Jojo ever watched an NBA game on television was the 2009 finals at the age of 15. From then on, Embiid was hooked and was inspired by the great Kobe Bryant, yelling out "Kobe" while shooting on a busted hoop in his hometown. Shortly after, NBA player Lupa Amute, also a native of Cameroon, invited Embiid to his summer basketball camp only because he was 6'10" at 16 years old. Was so nervous, young Joel didn't even show up the first day. Came the second day, scared out of his mind because he never played organized ball at that point, never had a coach, and probably didn't even know some of the rules of the game. His first game, dunked on somebody. After the session, Baamute's cousin Francois approached Joel and asked if he had a passport, as the tall teenager was proven to be a top 5 performer at the camp and was invited to play at the Basketball Without Borders camp, a program run by the NBA discovering young talents. 2 months after the camp, Baamute had an arrangement for Embiid to go to Montverde Academy in Florida to play ball, where he played 8 years earlier. At the time, Joel was getting ready to go to Europe to pursue a professional volleyball career to train with the national team. While Thomas finally gave his son an opportunity to focus on basketball, coming to the US, the only words Embiid knew how to say was "good morning." Improved his English by listening to comedians and rappers, with Rick Ross as one of his favorites. Still with many flaws in his game, young Jojo literally started playing basketball for the first time 3 months before coming into the States. On the first day of practice, he recalled he was so bad, coach kicked him out the gym, but the worst part was all his teammates were pointing and laughing at him. Embiid went to his dorm room and cried, thought about going home. After listening to Lil Wayne, all of a sudden his competitive side took over and was more motivated than ever, constantly worked in the gym, screaming "Kobe" every time he shot the ball. At practice, played against guys like former Florida point guard Casey Hill and current NBA center Dakari Johnson, who played college ball at Kentucky. Every day, him and Dakari got physical at practice, like they were about to fight. But as a very happy, outgoing guy outside of basketball, Embiid's just as competitive as anybody on the court, never backing down from challenges. Would spend his free time in his room repeatedly watching tape of Hakeem Olajuwon every single day, learned his footwork and balance on the soccer field, where the Dream 2 didn't start playing ball until his early teenage years. Every day, Joel worked on Hakeem's moves, imitate him. Living in the gym, using his mind, convincing himself he was Hakeem. That's how he was getting better each and every day. Improving his moves around the rim, Joel constantly worked out with former teammate Michael Frazier II, a former star at the University of Florida who hit 11 threes one game in college. Without any form of fundamentals, Embiid was constantly losing in the shootout every day to him, just throwing up shots, trying to find a way to beat Frazier. He finally decided to watch YouTube videos, typed in the search box, "how to shoot 3-pointers, nah, how to shoot good form, nah." Finally got the magic word, typed in "white people shooting 3-pointers, watching their elbows tucked in, knees bent, the follow through." Him and Frazier would play after practice for hours. After Embiid finally got some range, players couldn't play off him anymore, making him more dangerous as a player. Embiid later transferred to the Rock School. After not getting much playing time, led his team to a 33-4 record and a state title, putting up 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 block shots, was getting heavy national attention as a 5-star recruit, didn't even know what March Madness was at the time, and decided to go to Kansas only because Baamute told him Kansas is the best. As soon as he arrived at Lawrence in his very first scrimmage, got dunked on so hard by senior Tariq Black, the whole gym laughed at him. Embiid almost quit, was already looking at plane tickets home, Getting his first taste of Division I basketball, he went straight up to Coach Bill Self's office and said, "I can't do this. You have to redshirt me. I can't play with these guys." In Self's response, he said, "What, are you serious? In 2 years, you're going to be the #1 pick in the draft." Embiid didn't truly believe that. Having been told all these college coaches lie, he was thinking, "Alright, I'll just keep showing up and at least at the very minimum get a degree out of it to make mom happy." When the college basketball season began, Embiid showed potential with unlimited upside as a big man, played 28 minutes, averaged over 11 points, 8 rebounds, over 2.5 block shots, began to make plenty of noise as a potential #1 pick, even over his teammate Andrew Wiggins, who was one of the most hyped up high school prospects the year before. After suffering a back injury that cut his season short, a broken bone on his foot that sidelined him for 2 years in a pre-draft workout, the process was set to return to Kansas for a second year before one of the guys forced him into leaving in pursuit of the NBA draft, where Philly took a chance on him, selecting Joel 3rd overall. Going through a very dark time, his younger brother Arthur passed away in a car accident in his family's native home, who he hasn't seen in 4 years. Taking a huge toll on Embiid, thought about quitting basketball for good, but used his motivation to work in rehab and of course hitting the weight room. After ruled out again the following season, after a CT scan revealed less healing on his foot than anticipated, he continued to put in the work at the gym and provided NBA fans with social media entertainment, going on Twitter, being a savage, just showing off his outgoing personality, making people crack up here and there. After more than 2 years without playing in an actual basketball game, Embiid made his NBA debut on October 26, 2016. We all know he was going to be special, as his first ever basket was a Hakeem Dream Shake fadeaway. Because he wasn't 100%, the 7-foot big man was held to only playing 25 minutes, but averaged over 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 2.5 block shots. Would have easily won Rookie of the Year, but only played 31 games. Was ruled out after the All-Star break with a meniscus tear in his left knee. Proven to be a franchise player, Embiid signed a 5-year, $148 million contract extension right before the start of the 2017-18 season. Brought his parents a new home in Cameroon. When asked what he bought for himself, the humble Joel replied, "Nothing. I don't drive. All I really need is my video games and a big TV." Continued to exceed expectations, proved to be one of the best players in the game, made his first All-Star appearance as a starter, named All-NBA second team, averaged 22.9 points, 11 rebounds, over 3 assists, 2 block shots in 30 minutes of playing time, winning 52 games. As his NBA career continues, the 24-year-old Embiid will continue to get better. If he's able to stay healthy, the rest of the league's in big trouble. Every time Joel steps onto the court, his team simply gets better. Per 36 minutes, his averages are pretty insane. One of his goals for this coming season is winning MVP, where he definitely has a shot. It's pretty amazing how a young kid from Cameroon didn't start playing organized basketball until 16 years old, but because of guys like Kobe Bryant, Hakeem Olajuwon, the US culture, random white people on YouTube, the NBA superstar got to where he is today. Pretty incredible that Embiid only started playing basketball 8 years ago and now arguably in the discussion as a top 10 player in the NBA. Thank you so much for watching this video. What are your thoughts on Joel Embiid's amazing journey to the league? If he stays healthy, can he become the best player in the world one day? Sky's the limit for the process. Let me know in the comments below. I talk NBA comparisons, amazing storylines, NBA history, and anything basketball that will interest you. If you love the NBA, subscribe to my channel. More great stuff coming soon. See you next time.